Hello everyone, can you believe it? It's Caulfield Guineas Day and we're back making previews, but it's not going to be a normal preview. As I said in the last video, it's going to be slightly varied and you'll see that over the course of the video on how all the changes are going to occur. And note, these are not my final selections. My final selections will be available on my Twitter account for Caulfield Guineas Day tomorrow morning around 10 to 10:45 a.m. So link in the description for my Twitter account if you want to see my final selections for the big day tomorrow, and I can't wait to get stuck into it. How I'm going to be previewing these 10 races is I'm going to look at some speed maps / markets from all the 10 races and how I've attacked the race from a form perspective, which should hopefully lead us into some winners for tomorrow's big day. So let's kick it off with race number 1. It's the listed debutante stakes for the 2-year-olds to be run over the 1,000 metre start at Caulfield down the chute. The market's headed by King's Gambit, who is at 340 and is a commanding favourite for Peter and Paul Snowden. Right there in the market is Camella at $5. Heuristic's been the big mover in the last 12 hours. It's $11 into $5.50. Adeem's around that $10 mark. Shesallshenanigans has drifted out from its opening quote as well. So that's the market for the big race. Let's take a look at a speed map now. Now, they're all 2-year-olds, so it's not going to be totally on point, but I've got Shesallshenanigans leading with King's Gambit sitting on its outside. I don't reckon they're going to go lickety-split here. It might just be moderate. Pure Paradise might get stuck from the gate. I reckon Camella will try and get off the fence using Princess Dew Hello, and I think Adeem and Heuristic will be settling at the back of the field. Now, how I've attacked this race is I basically look for the horse that jumps out the best, which I'm not that great at doing, but I've landed on 3 chances that I like, and that's Adeem, Heuristic, and also Shesallshenanigans, as you can see on the screen now. So why I like Adeem is I think the breeding is exceptional. Pride to buy out of a hood, so that's already a characteristic ticked off. I don't think 1,000 metres is its best distance, and it'll get over further in time being by a hood. But I like the way it finished off in its most recent jump out, and I think with a small field here, it'll be close enough on the corner, and it'll just kick and go for home, and hopefully try and win for Ollie. I think it'll be settling at the back, as we said in the speed map. Heuristic is the other one that I like for Godolphin. It was just ridden quietly in its jump out. It didn't get asked to do a lot. Jamie Carr's a big booking. It might push up from gate 5, you never know, but I reckon it'll take a sit, be on the outside of Adeem around the corner. So Heuristic is another good chance, and I reckon Shesallshenanigans will get the lead for Blake McDougall, and it's jumped out very well. It was clicked along a bit, but it won the jump out convincingly, easing up at the end. So they're the 3 chances I like in the debutante stakes. Race number 2 is the listed Weekend Hustler Stakes over the 1,400 metres, and as we take a look at the market, Old Flame coming down from Sydney is a very good chance in this market. $2.30 currently. It's just been kept getting back since the market's open. Purple Sector's firming, or is held firm around that $7.50 mark now. Jimmy the Bear's at $8.50 solid, and Cardinal Gem down the bottom is at $6. It's slightly drifted out from its opening quote of $4.80. There. So we'll take a look at a speed map now, and the way I've attacked this race from a form perspective is mainly speed map based. I reckon over the 1,400 metre start at Caulfield so early in the day, the pace will dictate the race results. So if they go at a fast speed, I reckon one with the sit will win, and if they go slow, I reckon on pace will be very much suited. So I've got Purple Sector 3 wide. I'm thinking it'll push up to be outside the leader, but I'm not too sure. Morvada and Imperial Lad like to lead, so it's going to be, I think, a genuine clip. Jimmy the Bear back to midfield. Old Flame, I reckon, will be getting more towards the back than the front, and Cardinal Gem from that gate will have to go way back, which I don't like. So the 2 chances I like here are Old Flame and Purple Sector, both coming down from Sydney. I like Old Flame. It was a good run last start. Jamie Carr goes on. Gate 4 should hopefully not be stuck on the inside, be on the outside, and will be there ready to sprint when the sprint goes on. And I think I'm more likely than not going to put Old Flame on top ahead of Purple Sector, who might have to do some work from that gate. But I think it'll be outside the leader though. I think Purple Sector with Blake Shin going on is a big plus. Cardinal Gem I just think will get too far out of its ground. And Jimmy the Bear, I've also got in as a chance. I think maybe back to 1,400 metres is a slight query, but it might have something to show from gate 6. That's my look at the Weekend Hustler Stakes. Race number 3 is the Thoroughbred Club Stakes for the 3-year-old fillies over the 1,200 metres. Having a look at the market, the favourite is Nanagai. At $6 from a $9.50 opening quote, so it's been well backed. Troach has drifted out slightly out to $8.50. English Riviera open 6 out to $7. Market doesn't like it. Kin has been the favourite for the whole time. It's at $6 for Jamie Carr. Wee Nessie with J-Mac going on is at $13 there as well. And right down the bottom, Sweden for Damien Oliver is at $12. We'll take a look at the speed map. Now, this is a very hard speed map. I reckon Cest Magnique from gate number 1 will push up and lead. It's got early speed. We saw that in its first start, so I reckon it leads. Troach might sit 3 wide, and it will have to do work to get across outside the leader if it wants to get cover or be outside the leader. Wee Nessie, I reckon, gets a good run in the box seat. English Riviera might follow Troach if it's 3 wide. Sweetened will have to get back from gate 16, which I don't like. Kin will be on the inside, buried. I think Nana Guy probably gets the best run in the race. And that's about all she wrote. So the top chances I like here are Troach, Nana Guy, Wee Nessie, and Cest Magnique. I like Troach just because it's proven at city class, and I reckon it can go on with the job here, but the gate worries me a lot. Nana Guy is probably the one I like most at the moment. Gate 6, we'll get to around midfield. It was a good win in the Captain Teeb's last start, so it can run very well. Wee Nessie gets J-Mac on, which is very good. Was a good run in the Captain Teeb's as well. Gate 3 will be just in behind the speed, just needs clear luck and it can win. And Cest Magnique, just because I think it'll lead, and if it gets an easy time or easy enough, it might hold on and run at least a place. So those are who I like in the Thoroughbred Club. I think English Riviera might struggle to run out a strong 1,200 metres. Race 4 is the listed Caulfield Village Stakes over the 1,200 metres. It's going to be a cracking race, and we've got equal $5 favourites at the moment as the 2 get-often horses, Gravina and also Zethus, both at $5. Apart from that, you got Prince of Boom up there at $7.50 and Triple Missile is at $9. So that's the market for the Caulfield Village Stakes. We'll take a look at the speed map now. And I've got Pintoff and second slip in the lead. I think Crosshaven might get trapped from there 3 wide. Zethus, if it gets really unlucky, it'll be trapped out 4 wide, and I reckon that could be extremely denting to his chances. Amish Boy's probably going to get a good run from its gate, J-Mac on. Nicolini Vito will get a good run. Gravina's going to get a good run as well. Triple Missile will have to get all the way back, as does Prince of Boom. But the main chances I like here are Gravina, Zethus, and Amish Boy. We'll start with Amish Boy because he's up the top. I like J-Mac going on. He's been solid in his last couple, and I reckon he's up to the class, and I think he's over the odds at $19 for sure. Gravina, I reckon, looks well suited with the gate, and with a potential rain around for Blake Shin, could be midfield, and will be producing its best turn of foot late. And Zethus, the map is the only reason why I don't like it, and why I think it doesn't deserve to be favourite over Gravina. But if it gets cover, it's definitely a good chance because it was a good win last time. How I take this race is that I've gone for the horses that are in form and also in the market. So Caulfield Village Stakes, 1,200 metres open class. You want a horse that, is really knuckled down to win this, which I reckon Gravina is. I think that's my top selection at the moment. So I like Gravina currently. Race 5 is the Group 2 Herbert Power Stakes win, and you're in the Caulfield Cup next Saturday. The market says that Saracen Knight's the favourite at $4 for the 53 kilos for Jamie Carr. Has been the favourite since the market has been open. Regal Line's been solid around that $8.58 mark. Point to Pan's been really well supported. 12 into $8 since markets opened. Emissary 11 into $9.50. Desert Icon's been sold around that $5.50 mark. Shiraz always $10 and Persan always $9. We're going to take a look at a speed map for the Herbert Power. I reckon Good Idea goes to the lead here, which pushes Desert Icon into the box seat. I reckon Macron with Willow on up to 2,400 metres will settle outside the leader. Point to Pan gets a good run up on speed, as does Saracen Knight. Regal Lion, I reckon will be around midfield. Persan could get into the three wide running line if Shabao gets stuck 3 wide. Shiraz and Emissary will get back as well. So how I've attacked this race is I want a horse with a 6. So I reckon they're going to go pretty hard here. I reckon Good Idea is going to have to work hard to get to the lead. So I reckon Desert Icon's going to push up early. Macram from the deep will come across and turn the heat on as well. So I reckon they're going to run it hard for the first part of the race. I want a horse that's got to sit and is ready to win. So Shiraz is the first of the key chances, and I reckon from gate 9 Ollie can get it back and will be absolutely charging home late. It's had some good, 2 good runs in Australia to date, and I think this third one can be mighty good as well. So Shiraz is in my key chances. Emissary is another one. It won the Heatherly first up. It ran pretty well last start in the Naturalism and is knuckled down to win this as well. Gate 11, John McNeil will be sneaking back, absolutely charging home late. Saracen Knight's another key chance. would not be up to these at equal weights, but because it's got the 53 kilos, it has to be considered. Gate 2, Jamie Carr will be right there, ready to win. And Regal Line, it was a good win at Sandown on Underwood Stakes Day, and it can go on with the job. It's good enough. I've just put down here, help, because I don't really know. One of those 4 chances I reckon will win. Race 6 is the Group 2 Scalacci Stakes over the 1100 metres. We're starting to get into the big races now, and the favourite is headed off by Paulele for J-Mac for Godolphin at $2.60. It's going to be a cracking chance on Saturday. Next in line, we've got Zoo Style and Queen of the Ball, both at $4.80. Then out to Ingratiating at $7.50. We're going to take a look at a speed map now. And I reckon Zoo Style and Queen of the Ball probably go to the lead with In the Boat pressing on from the deep for Blake McDougall. I reckon that'll take it up eventually. It'll take a while to come across. I think the best ground will be out where In the Boat is by then anyway. I reckon General Boat could possibly get trapped 3 wide from gate 3 if Paulele and Oxley Road decide to kick up, which I think they will. Ingratiating will be getting back, watching it all unfold with Express Pass and Shelby 66. So don't really know how to attack this race. I'm just going to look for the horse that's best suited. And I think out of the 3 main chances we got up on the screen now, Paulele is probably the one to beat. Gate 2 was not suited in the Moya last start, was powering home late. Step up to the 1100 metres looks ideal. J-Mac on will be just in behind the speed. I reckon it's got it all set up for it tomorrow for a win. So I like Paulele. Ingratiating, I reckon, is a tad over the odds at the moment. Off that fast speed will be sitting back and absolutely charging home Chautauqua style late. So I think Ingratiating's a tad over the odds for Mark Zara. And Queen of the Ball. Now this is the horse I want to see on race morning in the market, because it's got 51 kilos. I don't know if it's up to these even at 51 kilos, but if the market likes it, I reckon it's a live chance. So Queen of the Ball is not out of my consideration, but I think Paulele is the way to go in the Scalacci. Race 7 is the first of the Group 1s. It's the Group 1 Might and Power Stakes over the 2,000 metres, and I'm pretty sure my best bet will come up in this race. Anamo's the $2.40 favourite, coming down from Sydney for J-Mac up to the 2,000 metres, third up. He's at $2.40. Zaki next best at $4.80, and then $6 for both I'm Thunderstruck and Alligator Blood. We're going to take a look at the speed map now, and I've got Alligator Blood leading this race over the 2,000. Don't think he'll want to give that up. Zaki, I reckon, sits outside of it. If Craig Williams and Mr. Brightside kick up, I reckon that'll push Mullingar 3 wide for the race, and that won't be pretty. It'll have to find somewhere. Animo, I reckon, will get to the fence if I'm Thunderstruck doesn't want to kick up. Mick Price has said they want to be closer. Nonconformist and Benno watching it all unfold. So I like Animo here. I think it will probably be my best of the day, and I'll tell you why. So gate 3, J-Mac up to the 2,000 metres, third up, I reckon is ideal. If it hasn't got any issues with its lameness, it just absolutely trucks in tomorrow, I'm telling you. So I'm going to compare it to a horse called Winx. So I'm sure you've all heard of. Winx won the Caulfield Stakes in 2016. Winx, in that preparation, won the Winx Stakes by 3.5, then won the George Main by a length, and then went on to win the Caulfield Stakes by 2 lengths, beating Blackheart Bart, who won the Underwood by 2.5. Animo won the Winx Stakes by 1.6, then won the George Main by about a length, and now comes into the Caulfield Stakes or Might and Power. But Blackheart Bart won the Underwood by 2.5. The Underwood we've got this year is very weak, I'm going to say. Not very weak. It's pretty good field, but it was just a bunch finish, and I don't reckon it's the best form reference going forward. So I think Animo just absolutely bolts in tomorrow. You'll see a class horse prevail. Race 8 is the big one. It's the Caulfield Guineas over the 1,600 metres for the 3-year-olds. And yeah, I don't think it's a one-horse race, but it's close to it. Golden Mile is the $2.90 favourite for J-Mac, coming down from Sydney. Quality Ming Dynasty winner, that one. Berkeley Square's been into 460 from 550. Tijuana 8 from 10 when it opened. Anything else really doing it? Not really. Amenable 11 out to 14, so not really. Take a look at the speed map. This is a very hard one to predict because I don't know who the leaders will be. I've ended up putting Bank Moran for Fajita San up the top 2 from the wide gates. I reckon they have to push forward. Osipenko might get trapped out 3 wide from gate 15 if Tim Clark is an alert early. I reckon Golden Mile gets the 1 out, 1 back position behind, but Fajita San and Berkeley Square will follow it. I'm hoping Tijuana gets into the 3 wide line with Amenable. Mullane will be getting right back as well. Obviously some scratchings that come out of that race with Angry Skies and Muramasa. obviously not getting the run. So I like Golden Mile. I just think his Ming Dynasty win was so impressive. He's come through one of the lead form references, the Golden Rose. He's a class above this lot, I would say. He just needs to bring his best. I'm not worried about 1600. The more thing I'm worried about is the track condition. He hasn't been on a very rain-affected track yet. It's a soft 7 at 3 o'clock on Friday afternoon, so I don't think it'll be an issue. I reckon Golden Mile's the winner. Gate 5, 181 back, J-Mac, peel out, Wooshka, win by 3. And the 5 chances apart from that, I've got Tijuana, I reckon it's a good chance, start stakes winner. Berkeley Square, I reckon, is more of a derby chance than Caulfield Guineas chance. Who else have I got there? Amenable, Gate 14, if he gets into the 3 wide running line, is a big chance. Mullane ran in the Golden Rose, I reckon it can pop up in the placings. And Osipenko, if it gets cover, it'll be running very well. But Golden Mile in the Caulfield Guineas, if it runs. Race 9 is the third and the last of the Group 1s. It's the 2-rack handicap over the 1600 metres, and I Wish I Win heads the market at $2.50. Tuvalu's been solid around that $8.50 mark. Gentleman Roy's been $9 out to $10 early. Military Expert's been holding firm around that $10, $11 mark. Pinstriped also right in the market there. Not much else is happening apart from that. We're going to take a look at a speed map now, and this is going to be a hot speed early. So Tuvalu and No Name Lane, I reckon, kick up from their inside draws to keep Gentleman Roy and Buffalo River working up the hill, and that's what's going to set the early speed early. I reckon it might string the field out. I think Military Expert gets an economical run from Gate 9 for Jamie Carr. Callsign Mav will need to slot in. It could get trapped 3 wide, which I've got there. I think Laws of Indices might also get trapped wide if J-Mac isn't on his guard, but he usually is, so I reckon it'll get cover no matter what, because J-Mac. I Wish I Win will have to get right back to the end, but with the fast speed, the front runners should tire. Pinstriped also getting back with him. So the 3 chances I've got are Callsign Mav, I Wish I Win, and also Military Expert. So start with Callsign Mav. Sir Rupert Clark winner, has to carry the weight, but I reckon can do so. And even though I've got him mapped 3 wide, if he does get cover, I reckon he's a live chance if I Wish I Win doesn't turn up. I nearly just wanted to put I Wish I Win on his own, but I'm just thinking in the back of my head, is he really going to win? I know he probably will, but just thinking about the other chances. Gate 13 will have to get back, but that win in the Testarossa was absolutely phenomenal. 54.5, Luke Nolan. It'll be charging home down the outside late, and if it wins, I'll probably do the double Cobra on race day. And Military Expert, I reckon, if I Wish I Win doesn't get there in time or something goes wrong, I reckon I Wish I Win on speed has the class to go on with the job here. 52 kilos also helps its cause as well. Jamie Carr will be absolutely getting everything out of that horse. So big race, the Turak. The last race is the Northwood Plume Stakes over the 1200 metres for the mares, and Zapateo heads the market at $2.20. The recent winner is at $2.20 and is the favourite, ahead of Chirath at $8.50. It's a very good horse, and it's got 59 kilos. It's the classiest horse in the field. It's around $8.50. Another award's been $8.50 out to $9.50 today. Written Beauty around that $15 mark as well. So we'll take a look at the speed map now, and I've got a pretty hot speed. If Cerades doesn't really kick up and want the lead, Après Le Mur might cross it, and Cerades could get trapped out 4 wide. I reckon there will be a 4 wide line in the last race, because it's the last race. You might need the better ground out and the outside. Tarath gets a good run. Decent Rain gets a good run. Another Award gets a good run. Zapateo will be in the right part of the track, as will Written Beauty. Now, the chances I like, the best roughie of the day, I reckon, comes up in this race. I got Zapateo. I reckon the best roughie is Written Beauty, and I'll tell you why in a second, and another award in there who I also think is a very good chance. Zapateo, I reckon, is a touch short at $2.20, but I reckon it's a good chance. Won the main lead-up race last start. Will be in the right part of the track. Damien Oliver. It all adds up to a Zapateo win, so I think it will win, but $2.20 is just a tad short. Written Beauty didn't handle the ground last time and had a good SP last time, so I reckon it's a tad over the odds. It is going to be wet again, which I hate, but J-Mac goes on, which is good, and if it's not too wet, I reckon it'll be running a hell of a race. And another award also comes through that same race as Zapateo. It ran pretty well, gets in with the lightweight, which I like, in the Northwood Plume. Zapateo has to carry the 58. Another award gets in with the 56. I reckon it's a live chance as well in the Northwood Plume, but those are the main 3 that I like. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching my Caulfield Guineas Day preview. If you want to see me do it again next week, then let me know. Remember, Twitter tomorrow morning for my full tips for Caulfield Guineas Day, and I'll see you next week.